Hey there, guys and gals. This is BL Blankenship, and I'm coming to you live if you're watching right now, or you may just be catching me like in hindsight. A lot, and I emphasize a lot, has been going on right now. If things look a little bit different, you can see that I got the spotlight. It's like reflecting in my glasses and everything. It's hooked onto my laptop. I got myself a new light so I won't be like as shadowed or whatnot. Got a whole different look going on, total religious things with that. Um, the Torah, the first five books of the Bible that were written by Moses. That's obviously, if you're a Christian, no jack squat about the Bible, foundational. If we're talking about Jesus and everything, there's prophetic things that are equated to him and deliverance and everything. You get that at the Garden of Eden at the end of the story and what have you. Um, that are in there. I was on a vow. It's pretty well known amongst, like a bunch of people. Not that I like announce when I'm fasting and all that in any capacity. I totally believe in asceticism because the Bible teaches it. That means like giving something up for holiness. Jesus said, when you fast, talked about how you do it, which means that if you are a Christian or say you're a Christian and you don't fast, you're only saying you're a Christian when it's convenient. It's something that you will be doing, whether it's a whole fast, whether it's you're giving up this thing or that thing. It's really more about what you're doing in the place of that than what you're giving up. It's about overcoming your flesh and all that and doing spiritual things instead. So yeah, Nazarite vow, all that. Not going to go through a big explanation. It kind of heats me up. It's just like read the Bible. So many people say that they're Christian and sit derelict in their faith. This isn't about that. I'm talking about comic book stuff, but there's been a bunch of things that have happened with me, both with my automobile. I had two cats that died. I just recently, for those of you that keep up with my social, my wife surprised me and I got two more cats. Both of them are black cats, marked the same. My iMac, my computer died in the same week. A lot of stuff. So it's really been some hills and valleys going on in life. But hey, we all go through that. So certain things have been kind of let up on, and certain things have been like up and going and hopping and what have you. Yeah, I have some more books to read. And I have a bunch of books that I have read. Now, on the iShook podcast, we don't just have me going through comic, probably because Benny would be expected to do that. Maybe not as hard, but, to some level there or whatnot. So, boom. Nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about three of the comics that I've read recently. And it seems like there's been quite a bit more, but I finally got my hands on, is that coming through good, the Prodigal Son, a comic from Amped Comic. I've also got number 2. Like most Western comics, I like it so far. There's a little boy that's teamed up with a bounty hunter gangster, and he's trying to avenge his mother and what have you, that kind of story. It's a good story. Amp Comics, Prodigal Son. I'm going to tell you, I had a difficult time getting this. That's AMP, like loud. I had a difficult time getting a hold of this comic. Talk to your comic shop. Support your local comic shop. I highly encourage you to do that. If you don't have any around, there's a number of them online that has like a really good online store. Google it, grok it, whatever. It will give you a list and you can check that out. But yeah, I enjoyed that. The artwork's good, the writing's solid. The dude that is in Cobra Kai, one of the big actors, and their bad guy, not the blonde-headed one, but like the older man sensei, I believe it is. He's the dude that wrote that. We have several celebrities, by the way, that are writing some comics that are coming out. Another comic that I picked up recently, like just dropped, just came out. And by the way, if you're wondering, where is Benny Rachmaninoff? Well, Benny Rachmaninoff, a CEO of iShook Comics, has been really busy and has some really hot news to tell you. He was at New York Comic Con, everybody. So he's been doing some big stuff, getting some big things lined up, but also it's the holidays on the Jewish calendar. Also, and I say this very much as like a theologian, historian, yada, yada, the real calendar. not the Gregorian calendar by Emperor Greg, who's anti-Semitic and hated the Jews, and that's what we have January through December. So the real calendar, Yom Kippur and all that type of stuff, it flows in there. So we're in a new year, just stepped into a new year on the Jewish calendar, i.e., the real calendar, according to God. So anyway, the other book that I have read, I've got two more actually here right now, is Little Nightmares, and it is Descent to Nowhere, issue number 1. So let me just tell you, because there's a lot of people out there that are gamers, and I'm a really creative guy, and I care more about like quality than quantity and stuff. I like reciprocal relationships, rather than being like guilt tripped into into things and all that. It's like, what am I getting out of this? I know I'm a total Sigma male. If you don't know what that is, there's videos that you can watch, but literally, I totally am that. It's like they know me, and people just look right through you, and they don't even have the capacity to get that. Whatever. I think life's added a lot to making me that way. Little Nightmares. I read through it. Long story short, there's some cops and they're looking for missing children, the milk carton cases in it. I don't know if you've played the games or not. It's my type of game. I love Limbo. I don't mean where you're like dipping and ducking. I mean where you're like going through this weird black and white side scroller. I like Inside, which is similar to that, but it's like in color. These are these really eerie, like puzzle platformer games, and you got to do this and this to open the door, and you're running from a Doberman or whatever. I like games like that. This is that kind of game. Big boogery monsters are like trying to get you, and you've got to duck behind stuff and all this stuff, and go through this big maze thing to like get away onto the next level. It's that kind of game. Technically, the third game of them is coming out. So I thought I would check it out because I'm a fan of that type of game. Um, Maybe this is for you. Maybe it's not. You can check it out. The same's true with everything. This comic just didn't really do it for me. It's not bad by any means, but it just wasn't like my cup of tea, whereas the Western thing held more. But then Westerns, there's typically a certain formula, and if they hit it, they hit it. And if they don't, then they're probably just not a Western. So that is Little Nightmares. Checked that out. Did not have a hard time getting this. This is by Titan Comics. Titan Comics makes a number of comics that are notably popular, good, what have you. They do the Conan series. Of course, they do like all of the, what is it, the Gun Honey and the Heat Seeker. Those are like these sexualized PG-13 girl that's shooting people with a whole lot of butts and boobs and nudity and what have you. But they're well written, very James Bond type stuff. So Titan out in England, they do a number of different comics. Those are just two of their bigger titles that I'm naming. The third one that I have, and I know that I've already talked about, this isn't that, but I know that I've already talked about the Batman, what is it, Second Night. I love the first one. The second one right now, it's on a roll. This is not a DC title, though. This is a Marvel title, and this is Spider-Man Noir. So I like Westerns. I like pulp. I like things that are more horror. I like things with religious undertones. I like noir. And Spider-Man Noir. So Spider-Man, the thing about him is that he's a nice and an easy and kind of a cheerful, smirking read, because you know how when you're in a fight, you're not like really talking? Yeah, Spider-Man never shuts up. So he's always making all these quibs and smarting up and saying all this sarcastic garbage to people that that's just part of his character. So in Spider-Man Noir #1, which they've had a few other Spider-Man Noir series out there, Miss Gwendolyn Stacy is in this. Y'all know who that is if you know jack about Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy. And her daddy is dead, and she's wanting Spider-Man Noir, who is private investigator, Peter Parker. He's a detective in this because, it's noir. You just about got to be. She's wanting him to try and find out who murdered her dad. At the end of this, I'm not wearing my spoiler alert hat, but I just feel the liberty to say what I want to say, and I'm not saying anything that I feel like would wreck it to you. It's questionable that was he somehow a part of this guy dying, and was her dad somehow part of the Scorpion gang who he's fighting in this. I think it's going to be like 5 issues altogether, but I will say this about it: it's good enough that I'm getting the next one. I'm going to keep following up on the series. I'm going to keep following up on that Western series. Don't really have a long time to talk because my honeydew list is a very real thing, y'all. But yeah, lots of cool stuff is going on with me in literature. It's going on with me in ministry. It's going on with me in comics, and it's going on with me in life. So many things that I just don't have the time to address right now. And I know for the people that just came here for the comic-y stuff and all that, and I'm just being me, and I don't want to overwhelm you with it, or you would have just heard a full sermon. You get some churchy stuff and all that. But hey, that's who I am, not meaning to push it down anybody's throat. I'm just being me. And one thing about me that you should appreciate is that I'm not fake. So, I'm just what I am. I love everybody. I don't care if you have a different thought or opinion or whatever than me. I can disagree with people and I can still love them and just not be a jerk. And I think that that's an important thing for you to do. And, I try to meet people where they're at. Anyway, those are the 3 comics that I just wanted to go ahead, throw out to you, hit y'all up with. Again, a bunch of other good stuff is coming, and there will be other videos on this. This is kind of sort of my new setup. I'm going to be getting another new computer soon. I'm out.